If your car broke down in the middle of the road, would you rather have a PhD in engineering or a cousin, a brother, a friend called maybe say Kojo Bafo, who knows a guy, to come and sort you out? This is an age-old battle we are discussing here today. The topic for discussion is street smart versus book smart.
Perfect.
Who is built for this crazy world? Who is going to be able to survive? Especially if you are somebody from Ghana, you will be able to, relate to this easily because we know how stressful and how tight things are here in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kojo. You can call me Djay Kay, as many of you know me. Joining me in the discussion today is my right-hand man. No, today he's always sitting on my left, so I'll say my left-hand man. for the lack of better English, for my left-hand man, Mark Tono. Yes, Mark. I forgot. You have to mention your name because you have a special way of mentioning your name.
Aquaman. He's a professor. He forgot to mention his name.
Okay. Bro.
Yeah.
Is it not fascinating that somebody will go to school for several years, have lots of degrees, masters, doctorates, any degree that can come into your mind, and then still has to Google how to change a car tire? Saying this, have you ever fallen victim to something as petty or something as meager as that? Finding yourself in a situation where you could have, find a way to, something petty you could have resolved on your own, but because you were not really equipped, you had to, search Google or maybe had to seek help from somebody.
Oh yeah, I've experienced that before, and Charlie, it happened one night when I was driving out. I was using an automatic car, so I was driving out to a place, to just have fun and all that. So actually what happened was I have connected the car's booster, like the speaker, to the terminal, so it takes its power
directly from the battery.
Perfect.
Yes.
Directly from the battery. So
it was draining the battery.
I didn't know it was draining the battery, bro. Charlie. The guy just faced it that way, and I felt like, okay, that's it. I have to. But then I realized you just have to keep the car moving almost all the time. But then I don't know what happened. For one or two reasons, since it being an automatic car, it was Hyundai car. So I was just driving in the middle of the road, and the car stopped.
Just broke down.
Charlie, it stopped. Where I was confused. So you see the dashboard where the speedometer and the other signs, driving sign, that's like that personal car sign that you can see. I was trying to Google each and every sign to see where the fault is. It was stressful, bro, and it started drizzling. So I found some guys who were just walking around. They were like, "Boss, what they going like? They're near Costo." And I'm saying, seniors, my child to swab, Charlie. Me say, oh, seniors, me cannot break it down. So I beg, help me. So they were like, okay, open the bonnet. As I opened the bonnet, then I connected to the battery. Then they saw the sign. They were like, oh, battery terminal no down, so we just need the jumper. I was like, yo, I just need a jumper.
Okay. All right. So it means, okay, I get you now.
Bro, it was hell.
But why didn't
I should have known.
No, not that you should have known, but why didn't you even open the bonnet to check? At least fidget with it a little. And anyways, basically shit happens. Some things happen.
I didn't want to cause
so let me ask this. What is the what is the smartest thing school never taught you? Something you got to learn on your own on the streets. But that I know that you go school but now a bad boy, now a street boy. So what? Oh, so my man, what is the smartest thing school never taught you that you have to learn the hard way or learn on the streets?
Marketing strategies.
Elaborate. Marketing strategy like that, because people take marketing classes now. People are learning marketing courses. And
you see,
definitely there will be difference. Yeah.
So people the street smarts and the school smarts. The difference between them is the school smarts, they learn the theoretical aspect of things. You get it? But with the street smarts, it's experience plus common sense. And it happens every single day. Like it happens every single day. So each and every day you are perfecting yourself on the street. I found myself selling phones, I think around 2019, selling phones to to get something small for myself and all that. And bro, at Edum Melcom, I mean, people who are watching me knew me there. Like a few people who are watching me knew me there. You see, there are a lot of people passing by. Like a day, there are like hundreds of people passing by. And bro, if you don't have that marketing strategy,
of course,
Charlie, you can't
even miss out on the market. You're not going to get people.
You get it. You need to
get. They used to say that people that sell in town, they can sell, better than something expensive.
I'm telling you.
The things I'm going to say to convince you to buy
it's very true. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but then they can sell better than degree holders in marketing. They can sell better.
Of course, I think you saying this reminds me of a book. I don't know if it's a book or something. I think I've heard it and then I read it in a book. Maybe I might be wrong. If you know this, correct me. I think Rich Dad Poor Dad, there was a part where he said that there are certain things school don't teach you, like how to make money.
Sure.
And then this conversation, I've had it with my brother before. He was saying that there are certain things you are not equipped with in school. They don't teach you how to make money. They just teach you theories. So if you're on the streets, definitely a comment though.
So
and that will push you, and then people,
about how to make money.
They are always thinking about how to make. So I mean that's thing you are saying really makes sense, and it really rings a bell. What again? Okay, let's go on to this. What's the dumbest thing the streets did teach you? The dumbest thing you learned on the streets? Something that like something that is not factual, but they make it seem as if it's true or it's real, but it's not true. It's not real.
Okay, so there's one common term. I don't know if it has changed, but it's called everyday hustle. No, I don't know if I don't know if it has changed on the street. But then I've been a street boy. I won't dispute that fact. But then there's one common term called everyday hustle. Charlie, you for wake up in the morning, go hustle. So kind of credit scan. However you're going to get the money, you need to get it. So when I was on the streets, we were like, Charlie, we for hustle every day. And as we hustle every day we are getting earnings. So if we calculate our daily earnings with someone who is waiting for a monthly salary, we will get money past that person.
So, is that the dumbest? Is that dumb?
I'm getting there. So the dumbest thing knowing on the street is you are definitely going to get a lot of money without school, and it's not true. It's not a fact. It's either you blend the two, you choose one, or neither of them.
If I get you, you're probably trying to say that you can get the money, but how to manage the money and how to keep the money is going to be the problem.
Perfect. Because right now we are in a technological world.
That is very true.
And if you are telling me, without school you can't get money, or I mean, it's not real. I mean, it's not a fact. Because right now people are diving more into the digital world, and school will teach you how to go around with being in the digital world or operating certain stuffs in the digital world easier.
It makes sense.
Because even those guys on the streets are now learning how to post their phones and their stuffs on the internet for us to know. And all
you have to have a blend of both.
You get
to be able to survive.
So I mean, the street guys, we've had this
and this thing is very true. You can watch the people like the Chocho meet, some of the drivers, and then people who are always getting money. All they know is hustle.
Wake up 4:30.
You wake up, you go, you sweat, you get the money. But the bottom line is they will get the money. They always have money in their hands. They are very rich. If they are people who knew certain things, how to manage things, how to invest and do certain things, they are going to be the people and common number people who will have lots of money and then that being said, it gets me to remind, like it reminds me of something again, and as it brings to mind something, like if in Ghana here, there are a lot of people who made money before now getting their degrees in certain things.
Oh yeah.
The first name that comes on the top of my mind is Kwame Despite. I mean, when he talks, when you hear a story from the humble beginnings and where he got from, and where he started from and where he's got into. I mean, these people, there are people in this country who've made lots of money, millions, and they are the millionaires in the country. Sure. But most of them, they were able to learn one or two things in the streets, make money, and now because they've learned, now they're able to manage the money, and then they are the rich people in the country. So it means, bottom line, you need.
And I'll add this to what you are saying. My greatest inspirer, Alinko Dangote. He used to sell sugar. Alinko. K.
Alinko Dangote.
Yes,
okay.
K. I'm setting this right. Alinko Dangote. He used to do sugar business, selling sugar on the streets and all that.
Oh really?
I listened to his story, and right now he has the third largest petroleum producing company in the world. He has dived into the technological aspect and in the new world like we are living right now.
The world is geared towards a lot of technology and stuff.
I would say you need a blend of the two, and if you are lucky to have a blend of the two,
Charlie, the people who are having the blend of the two are really making money.
Elon Musk is now working in the White House.
It takes you a long way.
You get it.
It takes you.
You get it.
Yeah, and a Bible crack. I say, "Brethren, for being calm." You need, way from God, and also you need to be sensible out there. Solomon Yansan so you learn from the books, but you need. Okay, so let's touch more on the street smart people. Okay. What are some of the things the streets will teach you that school won't ever do? Some of the things. One thing I know is knowing how to talk yourself out of situations. You do see that a lot. We do see that a lot, in everyday life. Take it for example. Yeah, in Ghana, I buy, and I buy parliament too. I buy more from I buy a black phone.
White and red phone.
Now, red and black. It means white and black. It means white and black.
Yeah.
And for the white and black.
Zebra. But the zebra is plain.
And you do crow. So you see, there are people who are street smart. They will find they get themselves entangled in the situation where if they are a bit maybe swan, they are channel, maybe a traffic rule, but the way the police in a casta sort here, they be grown to they be able police in agent be but one day kiss it. But will be on the street smart, or could finding himself in a problem. Phenomenon was a meaning way. I know this. It is not the right thing, but police in the he's the law. Or not the law, the law. He's not ready to listen. He wants teach you, interpret the law to favor himself, sure. And then they will end up paying more. And not just that, there are lots of examples, where we see people talking their way out of. I mean, we watch movies. You see how people, of course, movies, some of them are real life in the debate. Basically, gang, he's find himself in a gang situation, maybe attention, but at the gun point on his head, no. They always be a casa. The way the person will talk themselves out of being shot to death, no, is something fascinating. This is something the school will never teach you. Sure. How to be smart on the streets, how to find your way.
Before
another thing,
I would want to say, like give a typical example about on it. But before I say that, I had a real life situation where at a point in time, I found myself walking into a danger zone. And because of the street life, we've heard stories about Akwashia, Jiobisika, and Charlie. I because of the street life, I was able to blend myself. And do you know what I did? So I saw them at a distance, and I was like, I'm not in the right zone.
But
that was the only place I could just pass, and I couldn't wait because it was very late.
Yeah.
So I just had to dress a little bit shabby, like a gangster. So when I got to where they are, they were like, yo, what's up? Blah, blah, yaro, blah. So I just kept quiet and I put the person. Yaro, what is I'm saying? Yeah, boss, I do. Me who ye pa. Na okay. Boss, mission view. Me cinema and be out. So I'm saying, me mission. Bo, I see umbrella is here. Time kwaba. That was the only thing I said, and it was it's like a street code. So they were like, "Akwe, he's part of us.
He's one of us.
Yeah, he's going to steal. He's going to work. Like, you know." And they allowed me. Trust. It was a threatening situation where I could have found myself hurt or being robbed.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It's true.
And back to a typical example of what you were also saying. I want to say this. You know, most people in Ghana here, we find ourselves so entitled to stuffs like the book smart people, to the knowledge we have and the degrees and the PhDs. Guy be on Netherlands, it became an issue.
Yeah, there's a passport and a PhD.
Sometimes I sat in a trotro car, in a public transport, a trotro car in Accra, and you know, to cut it short, I was in the car and there was this man. The car was, I think, moving from Medina to 37, like with that distance. And the mate said it's 6 cities or 7 cities. And the man says, no, from Medina to 37, he knows it's 6 cities. So one guy was sitting there, he was like, Bossu, me, I guess 6 cities, you will take. The mate took the money. Me as a day now get 60-50% from my body. We are talking say senior coins in my human. Then the books. Bro, like bro.
All those want chimo because he knows it. This is smart person
was like, Tina police chimo. That's why police they arrest
him. It makes sense. It makes sense.
I nearly told the man that if you can't pay, beg him or just get down from the car and let him take his car. The car no be yours.
It be true.
You see that thing. So at times you need a blend of those two. Similar as when you go to it applies to when you go to the bank. You see, at times when you go to the I'm a person where I don't review my identity everywhere I go. But
now you're one.
But see, when you go to the bank, the security guys, look at how smart they are, helping the market to
they literally know everything that goes on in there.
If you go and shout at them, that's they act like the book smart people.
So they know everything that's going on. They are the ones to be direct you. Yeah,
you need both of them.
I get you. And then one thing about street people is, they have a saying. They say, can say, real recognizes real.
Real recognizes.
Because you're on the streets, who will be no shady, I can tell the person is shady.
You bow down.
He's up to something. You can just see the person.
You see.
So this nigga is up to something.
Oh
yeah, you are the way to come from. Yeah, least mistake. Oh, they will basically be a passion one as obey me. And then I can bomb. How would you do? Yeah. Charlie, me a street smart person can broker a deal at home. Wouldn't bet me a deal. No, now, and it's a take for example. Almost can add no muko market no me idea. Almost a pepe, but on be warm.
Oh yeah.
The things that they are trying to find a way of, so no person who market person and also person cool deal. But in the long run that be warm.
Oh yeah.
But street smart person, because on what they be on them streets, no the mad any boy. A book grown person and all quite no him say bia or buy and say take for example, if you have a to say they are slippers.
Yeah.
Street person in there slippers no has a ton 20 Ghana. But because book long person no any bibia he doesn't know oh maza. Or quite I can say 50 the can say oh 100 cedis. Come. Oh, minis cutting me swear. Obe come and I see 50 Ghana and I say 70 Ghana.
Obe just
good about a street persons. They always be a team independent dear no. But bet me I can't when him say I don't know pepano I jan who said the okono. Then after no patch of it. They have strategies. So street one people they have good broker deals. Bet me no idea no. Charlie.
Oh yeah.
It's good to have something on the street, to learn on the street.
Oh yeah,
and it really helps you. Because one thing I'll say about street smart people is they are the people holding the unofficial lives MBs. What I say, live MB, you know, because they are the ones living the real life.
Common sense is not for everybody, bro.
Common
sense is not for everybody.
Now let's jump and touch on the book smart people. Okay. I call it knowing the real answers to all the questions. Knowing all the right answers to all the questions in the world, but they can't use it in real life. Because, like, what is photosynthesis? What is a Pythagoras theorem? Pi r squared a day. What's not? You know what? Chemical reactions when you mix oxygen with one, they know all that.
Pharmacy shop and
I tell you. The crab now which pharmacy no nobody do commercial chemical name foxy one confused. The only one the paracetamol. At best you know acetaminophen. But they always be calm. What I say. They know a lot of things, but you know they can't really apply it in the real life. So let's talk about them. I mean, it's not all that bad because there are good sides of them.
Oh yeah. I mean,
what are some of them you think?
Very good.
Because at least we are privy to you are more privy to the streets than I am. Because I don't really know much of the streets. I know a little, and then the little I know has really helped me. It's gone a long way to help me because actually, and it's because of the people, the friends like you I had when you know. And then street the book smart, we've all went to school a little so we know one or two things. What are some of the good sides of being book smart?
So some of the good sides of being book smart is, I mean, as I said earlier, they are more of the critical thinkers. They are more of the official persons. They are more of dealing with, you see, okay, what I would say is they are the end product of everything that goes on in this world.
They manage everything for us.
Perfect. After the street guy get all his money, bank. The bank.
Because that person will know how to manage the money.
Perfect. Yebuno with savings, interest and all that, but still he trusts his money into the hands of the book smart person, and everything that's going on. At the end of the day, the street smart person will go and rent, will go and buy a house, a building from a real estate agent person.
But real estate agents, I think if you don't have a blend of these two, being a street smart and they will be able to, like, it will be hard to sell.
Perfect. You get it.
I was pitching the idea to somebody to, being first it's going to be hard. If you don't have a lot of convincing power,
I don't know about.
You're going to miss out.
And I think this statement I'm about to make will really cause a lot of
it's going to shake.
Upset. Yeah, because like it's very true. It's very practical. It's very true, and it's happening. That the street smart people, if you really want to expand your business or if you really want to get more money, you need a book smart person.
So that's a no-brainer. It's true.
He has to be the foundation of whatever thing that you want.
Because they are critical things. They have deep knowledge in things that is going on.
So the reason why some of the street smart guys are just being on the same level or have been on the same level for a long time is that they've not considered bringing those people into their team because they feel like, why do I need this person? Every day they get this money and all that. You get it? Because me, I learned how to go into investments, not savings, go into investments through my senior brother, who is a book smart person. You get it? Yes, he taught me how to. And Charlie, most of the street guys, they don't know how to invest.
Oh.
I'm being real.
Man, it's true.
Yeah,
it's
I'm being real. And
true.
investment is
so,
very good and savings.
They always live a day life on everyday basis. Because when you say me this kind of watching, I'm going out, I'm going to get the money. They barely think about the future. It's just a few of them that I had to say a man go school met me bro for 1 or 2 by 4 a scam in there. We see the life they live. They get the money, they live all sorts of lavish lifestyle. And in the long run, they lose all their money and then become broke.
You go and pay your money
scratch.
to an insurance team. Who
What I said.
That the insurance for protect your vehicle, your house, and your family for you.
Which is run by the smart person.
Yes.
The book smart person.
So
they know how to manage it.
And all those who have incorporated the book smart persons in their life, like the street guys, they've become successful.
And then the truth is, in a nutshell, I'll say the book smart people are like the problem solvers.
Sure.
They're able to bring up solutions. In a way, they're able to identify problems and solve them. And then I think in this world, if you are going to be able to make lots of money, you find problems, you solve it. That is how you make money.
Perfect.
That is how a lot of these people who are making money are able to make their money.
Yeah.
Because they identify and say, oh, this is what is wrong. So if I'm able to make something to solve this problem, then people are going to patronize it and I'm going to make money.
Sure.
So yes, being book smart, Charlie, is very, very good. Very, very, very good. I mean, we are joking about it and all that, but you can't do anything without school. Because of course, at the long run, even if you are street smart, you are signing contracts, you are signing a lot of things, you have to read into it. If you don't have a lawyer, you don't have somebody who knows things in depth, how are you going to be able to broker deals and go on?
I heard about Sarkodie's story. When he got his first deal, I don't know if
was it Sarkodie? I know is
a lawyer.
I think
he
was
a
it
lawyer from the first time he got his.
Was it Charles? Okay, but I know a footballer was to say, was it Charles Taylor to be or was signed a contract? For me, as I were reading Brofuni was saying a coffee because the lack of education. Now he got stuck into a contract which wasn't favorable for him, and then he had to run the contract down at the expense of his career and stuff. You get it? Back to Sarkodie's story. Yes. Hope it is credible. I mean, continue. I don't continue.
I don't have the facts, but what I heard was he is a rumor, but I believe it's true. What I heard was he had a lawyer to manage his affairs, monetary affairs. The very first time he penned on a contract, his first contract. So he had a lawyer, like a serious. I think he celebrated the lawyer 2 years ago or something like that.
It makes sense.
And
I think
that's the foundation of his
success.
Yes.
If it's that woman lawyer,
perfect.
She's
yes. I think when that woman died, that's when I heard that story.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's true. You always need the smart people, to help you deal with certain things. So book is very necessary. Although you need the streets, but book is very necessary.
But streets
they are not really going nowhere without
Bro, streets in this way.
Streets in the book. But are they a Debian? Are they a Debian? What I'm sorry,
oh yeah.
But there are a lot of how do I even put it, bro? There are a lot of temptations and there are a lot of bad stuff going on in the streets. But because they're honored and you might not see it, you'll be blinded. Now this thing we are talking about brings me to the question.
Okay.
Let me put you on the spot. Okay. Will you have a career with your degree, or be a street smart person with top-notch skill sets to succeed in any venture you choose? Would you rather have a career with your degree that work with school, I'll be a chartered accountant, I'll be whatever, I'll be a doctor, I'll be whatever. Because of your degree you've earned, would you rather have that career and live your life like that, or you'd rather be a street smart person with top-notch skill sets to succeed in any venture you choose?
I'll go for the second option.
Why?
Because I don't want to live in the 9 to 5 metrics.
If you are hearing me, let me know, cut you. If you are hearing me, what will you choose?
Yeah.
Leave your comments down below in the comment section.
I don't want to live in that matrix, like waiting for a salary every 30 days. Waiting, or let's say every 26 days. Yeah, that's the average day. I don't want to do that. I want to be a boss of my own.
Okay.
So I would rather choose being a street smart person with the requisite skills and knowledge to venture into any business, probably be an entrepreneur of my own and all that. I don't want to. I mean, Charlie, if you enter into that matrix, one funny thing is at times you can't escape. It's more like you are being asked. You get it. You are being asked to stand there. You see, the grass is greener where you water it.
Yes.
You can be successful doing the 9 to 5. But me personally,
you'd rather have working out of that.
Because yes, I would feel stuck, and I was
shackled, you know, stuck in you don't have any other
because
I get you.
Because since I am like, for the experience or the time I had been on the streets, it got me to become a thinker, like a very deep thinker, always thinking about how to make money. Always, because
well, that one day I've realized about you.
Yes,
one of the things I've realized about you.
I have a lot of every single day, even right now, like even as at now that I'm working for somebody, I still think about doing something for myself every day, like trying to bring new ideas.
Let me tell you this. This is out of what we are discussing now, as in the question I asked you. But one thing I admired about you. We know the situation here from the house, going to work and all that. How you able to convey yourself to work is hard because of the car situation here.
Yeah.
But how you came up with the idea that, oh, let me befriend these drivers and I'll call them at dawn, that they should wait for me, and then they were like, I mean, the day you started saying all this, I was like, wow, this is something honestly I didn't think about. When you laid that for me, you laid that out for me, and then to a point where even you close from work and then you call them, they still wait for you at certain places, then like making life easier for you than normal. Because we know how boarding cars can be difficult from our side of town to work and all that. But how you were able to maneuver and then find this, the day you were telling me, honestly, it's something I never told you, but I'm telling you today. It's like, so like it's not something big, but it's not something I really thought about. And then I like the fact that you were able to think about that, to do that, and then make life easier for you. And then now you've fallen into the hole. Because I remember at first when you came, you were like, nah, Charlie has it like going to work. But ever since you found out this, now you see things are working for you, and then Charlie, big ups.
You want to know how I did it?
Back to you. Don't tell me anything.
Let me say, I just
I thought we were touch on that.
Yeah, just a minute about. So you see, I had that idea about 2 encounters or 3 encounters I had sitting in that trotro, talking to the drivers, and they're like, so when we sit in the car, I realize I'm just new in the community, but I realize people come to sit in the car. Hey driver, now see more. Hey driver, now you see shouting at the driver. That's that sense of entitlement. So I'm like, you get it. So I'm like, how can I be different from these people? That was the first thought. No. How can I be different? So I always yearn to sit at the front seat where the driver is. So anytime I sit at the front seat, I'm like, boss, good morning. The moment the car moves, I start interacting with him. I'm like, yeah, boss, I am more brand and all that. And do you know how it has helped me, especially at night when I'm coming home from town or from wherever I go, then I'm not getting a car. When I call him, he leaves a space, and people are fighting to get a space in a car, and I'll just be relaxed. And he will call me, yeah, I'm almost there. Charlie, I feel that kind of you bab. So I mean, Charlie, so
means street smart, and the mean smart about certain things. It really saves you a lot, and then it makes life easier for you. So yeah, like what you were saying, I would also choose the same thing. be equipped with all the requisite knowledge and the skill set to set up something for myself. And then the bottom line is me area, then I'll find somebody who is book smart to help me manage it, to cast them near there. Because definitely they say ensa bunkum dry ni fan and fan
so dry bunkum.
Me bunkum na me see bunkum dry ni fan then so yeah. So you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Because having a partnership, having somebody who has this, because you're gonna have it all.
Yeah.
Definitely you lack something, so you need somebody who can, fill that part
for you,
and then you move on together in the same, direction,
sure,
and then be successful. Okay. Let's talk about certain things, certain places where book smart people, fall short. First thing I'll say is they have low survival instincts.
Oh yeah.
Who's smart people?
Yeah. They're always dependable.
No, not dependable. I don't think the word we are looking for here is dependable.
So when you go to the streets,
they're easy to manipulate.
But so it's because they're always dependable.
No,
they
it's
depend
like
on
not dependable. I think the word here should be predictable. Because that smart people are programmed in such a way that 1 + 1 is 2. Because so if you are street smart and you know that in a day after 1 + 1 that is 2, you are one step ahead of them.
Okay.
That's right. I say. Yeah. So I think probably predictability should be there, because dependable there, it is not something that will make them fall short. Because who can be dependable there? Then it means who can be dependable. It means waiting to any out also. At any time
they depend on others. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
they depend on others mostly for their survival.
So then you can put it well. So the English was in English.
It was in English.
The English was in English. Okay.
So
of course they need that is very true. They need a lot. They need the street smart people to survive in the streets.
I've lived in Kumasi my whole life. And Charlie, you will go Edum. You will feel buy shoe. 300 cedis, 500 cedis. You will see the caliber of the shoe and how the shoe is.
Yeah.
When you will go, we have a Moro market and Morocco market. Charlie, this one the advert we are to do give them. Over Moro market or you will go Morocco market. You are going to get a shoe that has good quality than the one where they do. You see that?
Yeah.
Yes. So like. You see, when you compare those, you will see that the street guys, we get market days like the Saturday, the Wednesday dawn, where we go get them.
By that time, that is when they brought the goods, they are sorted.
You get
at that point in the brand, they haven't washed it yet. So you're able to do selection proper.
Perfect.
Yeah, it be true.
Perfect.
One thing about street smart people is they are too theoretical.
Oh yeah.
They always book long. They want to always follow the rules, and that's the way. But most of the successful people are the rule breakers. Which are the street smart people. Because when him say but he doesn't want to go about it this way. He wants to find a different route and do it. There's a point to finding shortcuts can be troublesome sometimes, and they can bring troubles, but sometimes they help, to be, because when a street smart person, for example, we are going here, when you tell me has a major easily, and then those people who are going to show him the way.
Sure.
As I say, by a book smart person, after no bit mention, for has a by street smart person. What can me action or here do? So before you even get there, the person is there. Before you even think, he has thought or call him.
So I wanted to add one.
Book smart people are not street ready. Like basically what we are saying.
I want to add a question. I want to ask a question before I add it. So, how would you describe someone who is very good in economically good, like mathematics? I want to talk about the food vendors. The food vendors, like the choba vendors, the Gary and beans vendors. See how they get like.
Can't Gary and beans, you can't go back.
Go back.
Can't Gary and beans, you might do anything.
the gobe sellers and the pepper sellers and all that. See how, and the hawkers, see how they can have 7 or 5 people or multiple people buying stuff from them at a particular point in time, and they are calculating. Charlie. But you go.
You say you're asking a question, and just saying your question, I'll be jamming. It's a point you're making.
Yeah, what's a question when you
didn't ask a question. Did you ask a question? You didn't ask a question.
Okay. So you see, I don't think I'm the only person who admires.
Oh, that is true. It's true. So there are a lot of people who, I mean, I've been on the streets.
Oh, you have a mistake in class.
I've been on the streets and then I hear a lot of people saying this. Say, hey, if they had some basic education, they maybe become home. But sometimes maths be obey your man. I feel to be actual calculator.
Okra water the
no. Books what people don't have we are googling for answers. Ah, master.
Wow, the calculation the free no budget.
It pays to be street smart.
Bro, back
I don't know. I make us a grocery list and I will no crowd. Now make 2 hours. Amount
in the
and so still say
tomatoes. No, I understand. Just say tomatoes. We can back.
Was still a good.
It's still not about me.
Hey, Charlie, you. Okay, let's these are probably some funny comparisons.
Oh yeah.
If I tell you this, tell me how you think a street smart person will react and how a book long person will react.
Okay.
In case of emergency, BBSC, how do you think a street person will react? How do you think a book long person will react? You see book long when you can be the book smart. They are book long. Long man dictionary for.
So let's say you are in town and there someone has come to buy something and the thing that you sold for the person is no good, like it's fake.
Emergency na make no. Make sure there is an emergency.
Oh yeah.
Can't defend him.
Where the person carry the thing come. I was say what attended to. Boy, he free more, but boy, he free. But a book smart person be like, hello sir, please sorry for the inconvenience. How may I you see? Let me assist you on.
Oh, for bonus. Oh, no.
So
you free more than going.
One year is carry and one dinner on Jade.
So is it all about the money you are getting? You don't care about anybody.
Yeah, on the streets you can go and find out yourself.
But is it a good thing?
I mean, I'm not the one to judge.
Should you do? You should judge.
I'm not the one to judge.
Are you a Christian?
I am.
Do you know right from wrong?
Yes, I am.
So is it right or wrong?
I said I'm not the one to
No, you're not judging. As you said, you know right from wrong.
Okay.
So is it right or
wrong?
Let
me justify the action.
No, don't justify.
I won't judge, but I can justify the action.
There's no justification between what is right and what is wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right,
it's wrong.
There is no good,
it's
bad.
It's wrong, bro. It's
There's
wrong.
nothing like good and
it's
good,
wrong.
Bad.
But there be a free. You free.
You know, in case of book long, in the case of BBC Scatters here. I feel the way now.
Yeah, I saw this and I was there in 2017.
She's smart person.
Were you free?
Oh, run! They say something like a job interview. Somebody who is street smart. When you book knowledge, credit account, and then somebody who is, a book smart person. I could school over degrees.
Yeah.
How do you think both of them are going to fail in an interview?
Both of them are going to do good, but the book smart person will talk plenty.
But the street smart person are going to give a lot of selling points. Why you should?
The street smart person will come late, like 15 minutes.
He's going. They will wait to be a ton.
You get it.
If you watch this movie Suits,
oh yeah,
it gives a perfect example. If you watch Suits before, it gives you a perfect example. When the guy was going mistakenly, he was being chased by people, and then when he was going. The people were interviewing staff, young lawyers to into their company. Drew and because he had wanted to escape, and then because he's street smart, and then he was also book knowledge, the way he was able to sell to what's the guy's name? I forgot. Was it Spencer or something like that? I've forgotten. Is it Howard? No, I've forgotten their names all of a sudden. The way he was able to sell himself to the guy, And then he was be at there, no, to certain things out. He got the job. No, somebody who wasn't even a lawyer, but because he was street smart and then he was intelligent too, he was able to sell himself to the guy. And then all those people who call Harvard, call Harvard law, they went the band. They all came, they didn't even get, they didn't have the X factor to get the job. So he pays a lot to Another example, finding an apartment. After you call a Craigslist or someone when you Google where to find an apartment. But she's smart person, like why you did. So go for church or my job number church chairman, why are they? A street smart person. When you yaro you, when you yaro a bubuashi, I don't even know a Madina, my friend Charlie. Or the aquatis open, obey Yamano. A friend of crowd within 2-3 days, within a week tops.
Let's talk about the negotiation. As you get this,
who is street smart person? Maybe negotiate a room with me. How you going to do it?
Boss, many do room no one. Maybe I be kind of say, remember her, my chinisa.
Now wouldn't do me. There's a better out there.
Oh, but let's try something else. Maybe I can come. Boss, my chinisa. I did hear some of the room where I don't get. Where my brother say, I will get some for your side, boss. So where the room they, I beg. My money make ready. Right, that's as you me the you make ready.
And then you be a whole, but most of them 2,000.
Boss, make her go see the room. It be the room where they here. It not be the money matter. Make her go see the room, I beg.
Okay. Baby, do you like it?
Boss,
is it up to your taste?
Yeah. So when
do you like it? Is it up to your taste?
So when I for come, like, my brother bay.
Oh, whenever your money is ready, you can come.
Okay, boss, now say same cry.
2,000 cedis.
Oh, boss, obi ochina me bros. Me ba me sina me madam phone say you 1,200 na boss, and I say 2,000.
Oh, it's 2,000.
And then suma ba be hu. Boss, we 1,000 cry me ba me na me say be any ade. Senior man, share. 1,200. I tell you, tomorrow I will bring the money.
Last, I just can't bra because you didn't If you so know, that be what they happen though. You so know it they happen. So and not forgetting today, I nearly forgot, but our program is sponsored, but this episode of the Get Down podcast is sponsored by Papi's Essentials. They deal with adult diapers, baby diapers. I'll put their number down below so in case you want to order from them. Affordable prices, wholesale prices only. And then they have Stanley cups or Stanley tumblers also. If you are interested in getting, don't go and buy them for outrageous prices. Some tell them for 2,000, 5,000, 500, whatever. It's very, very affordable. They're selling quality goods for just around 100 cedis. So Charlie, go get yourself some. Yes, back into the conversation. Today we are almost done. But in all this thing we are saying, let's be honest, and give credit where it's due. Book smart people, they are the ones who are building doctors.
For sure.
They are building lawyers, they are building all these tech geniuses who are transforming the world, who are doing things, real world problems.
Yeah.
But they are solving real world problems, but the funny thing is sometimes they forget to live in the world themselves. Because sometimes they are the nerds. It's like BBR.
Sure.
They don't really care about anything. So whenever they find themselves, stuck in between, or involved in a new issue, they will have to resort to, calling the street smart people, people to come and, take them out. And let's also be honest, we all, who street smart, and we also depend on the book smart people to survive. Then we be Googling, book smart answers all the time. They hear they Google the amount and calculator for the more exams and the more test for Google. The chat GPT, how about I say. But the funny thing is the book smart people had to develop this Google and the chat GPT stuff for us. So it means everybody is important. The bottom line is all I would wish for everybody to have is to have a blend of both. Have an experience on the street and then have an experience with a book. A little degree there, 1 degree background, and then you're able to capitalize on that with quality skill set and then top-notch street smart levels and credibility to your resume. You're going to fly with this car. Charlie, any last words before we sign off?
Okay, so just as you said, you need a blend of the two, but then my last word is going to be a shout out and an admiring shout out to
the English is
the streets guys, like the plumbers, like the mason guys, like the
but why do you think the people doing the menial jobs are the street smart people?
You see, a painter will come to your house like, yo, paint this small room for me. Oh, you cotton gallon way. You know the gallon or 3/4 coffee. God, the one cut and paint to the wall. I feel that job for as a cow. I admire them on that.
So you don't have time. You always at the work 9 to 5.
To those working at the fitting shops, the guys selling phones on the street. I saw a video where one guy said they should start awarding is it secondary or start opening secondary schools at PZ and all that. I mean
now the government investing in TVET and other
so I mean you guys on the streets selling phones and all that, Charlie, try and get some knowledge. Right now we have online courses where you can go and acquire certain knowledge that you can't acquire on the streets, and when you blend them together, it's going to make your life successful and it's going to help you. Charlie, I love all the street guys. And do you know one term that we used to use on the streets? Sky high.
Sky high. And
you know the response. You know the response.
Hey,
Sky high.
It's like a voice. I never hear what Charlie. So shout outs and big ups to all the street smart people everybody is playing a part to make the world a better place, make things run. Because without street smart people, a lot of things are going to be hard for the book smart people. And then behind the book smart people, a lot of things are also going to be hard for the street smart people. So we need each other, like I said previously. So scratch my back, I scratch your back. So shout outs to everybody out there putting on their hustle and trying to make ends meet. Before I go or sign off, I would indulge you to remember, like this video, subscribe for more, and then also please share this video to other platforms. Let's learn. Let us keep building the Get Down community or build the Djay Kay Studios community. And then also not forgetting, follow us on the various social media platforms at Djay Kay Studios on Instagram, TikTok, on X, and then on Twitter. Until next time, I'll say have a very splendid day and see you. This has been the Get Time. This has been the Get Down right here with your boy Kojo, aka Djay Kay, and then
Mark Tono.
See ya.
Aquaman.